Hello everybody, welcome to the Wonky Angle, where I talk about electronic music, both new and old. And today marks the 6-year anniversary of starting this channel, so obviously you know what that means. It's time for another CD collection update. Alright, so yeah, it's time to go through all the CDs that I purchased in the past 12 months. I'm starting to run out of room to put CDs in. I had to move over to this shelf and put a bunch of stuff here because both of these shelves have all their space taken up now, and I keep having to move stuff over, and yeah, we'll see how things go if what ends up happening in the next year or whatever. Because I don't plan on stopping buying CDs, obviously. I guess I don't really have much else prelude there, so how about we just get into it then? Okay, so to begin with, people who saw my Fortet Worst to Best ranking video know that I now have CDs of all the Fortet albums here. So we have Dialogue, Pause, Rounds. I actually now have 2 copies of Rounds, because this was sent to me on accident, when I tried to buy, I think, Everything Ecstatic. So that's a thing. I have this particular one for sale on Discogs, so for whoever wants to take this off of my hands, first come, first serve, I suppose. I'll link something to that in the description, like I did for the 808 State extra CD I did last year. Going on from there, did the CD of There's Love in You, which I already had several years ago. I also got this one of Pink, which is interesting because this was apparently only produced in Japan. It's got this thing that's attached on the side, except it's not attached. It comes right off. Yeah, it's just a load of Japanese text on here. That you can see the track listing though, and Fortet's website, but yeah, I don't know what any of that says. I got a CD of Beautiful Rewind. Even though I'm not huge on the album, I figured it may as well have it for completion's sake, and because I like the album cover, both sides. Morning Evening, that's another one that's pretty cool on both sides. New Energy, and 16 Oceans. They also have pretty neat back covers. Yeah, so I have all the Fortet albums. Another collection of a discography of an artist that I've had CDs of before, but I ended up expanding outwards, was Metamatics, Lee Norris. I can move these things over because this is where most of them are. So yeah, I got every Metamatics CD now, so that means I have Dope for the Robot, aka Metamatics production. I don't have the original version that has the other 3 missing tracks on it. I just happen to like this track list, this abridged track listing better, because nostalgia and stuff. I still got Neo Ouija here. With that weird slipcase thing. I now also have, oh gosh. I now have Spook Tinsel Shoal. That's a pretty good Metamatics album. Not one of my biggest favorites, but there's a lot of really good tracks on it. Like Toy Toy and For Brother and Dayglow Tinsel. Oh, that's another good one. All the Metamatics albums are really good IDM stuff, and the CD is totally coming out of this one because the inside of the jewel case is weird pieces coming off. It's a thing that happens when you order stuff secondhand. Got Mind Wishing Git, I think I showed that one earlier. And then I got From Death to Passwords Where You're a Paper Aeroplane, which is a great album title. And this is a cool one. I got 3 Jack and Dive, which this is actually a double CD, technically, because it's got the album on one side And then on the other side, it's got this Mildro Hain EP, which I didn't even know existed. I have yet to actually sit down and listen to that EP. I do know the 3 Deck and Dive album pretty well because I used to listen to Metamatics all the time when I was in high school and stuff. I also got CDs of his newer albums, so that means I have this CD of Instamatic, which was not particularly easy to find, nor was it particularly cheap either. And this CD of Body Pop, which I didn't do a review of because back when it came out, because I did a review of the EP first, and then the actual album had like all the tracks from the EP and then some remixes and other stuff from projects he'd already released. It felt more like a compilation to me. But since he marked it as an album, I bought the CD of it. Whatever. I also got all the Norken albums, just the 4-core Norken studio albums. So that means I have Soul Static Bureau, which is still probably my favorite of them. I have Spring Themes. That's a really nice album cover there too. These are falling over. Hang on a sec. I'm going to put the ones that I already put over back so these don't fall over as much. Yeah, so I also got Our Memories of Winter. There's another one that was not easy to find. Well, I guess it might have been easier to find than I might have thought. Someone scribbled on this pen here. But I guess whatever. And then I also got his latest one, which came out, what was that, last year? Norken's Galaxy Driven. This one I just bought straight from, directly from the Norken Bandcamp page. So so you can directly support the artist. So that's something cool that you can do, provided they don't cancel the CD like like Wayward did for their Waiting for the World album. I wanted to be able to show off a CD of that today, but they canceled that. Anyway, while I'm getting on that, oh, I put that in wrong. While I'm on the topic of Lee Norris, I got some Nachtplank as well. I think I already showed off Broad Tape Band here, but I also have Septvents now, which does not have a jewel case. It's just this thin slipcase thing. Yeah, it's just a piece of paper and a CD in a plastic case like that. There are going to be a few of the CDs here that have plastic cases. A little bit more Lee Norris before I'm done there. Over here, I can't believe that I got some of this, but I have some Autumn of Communion CDs now too. First there's the one that I bought directly from them, from the Fantasy Enhancing Bandcamp, and that's this reissue of Autumn of Communion 1, their debut album here. That it's not the fax version, it's a reissue that has this gigantic DVD-shaped case that like totally doesn't fit with any of the others. That's pretty cool. And I also got Autumn of Communion 2 now, which that's got a metal case that's totally different from all the others, and it's got the CD in there and this little card that has the windmill or wire, whatever these things are. I never got this one for so long because I couldn't get secondhand copies of them because they were always so expensive. But eventually I found one copy that seemed like a reasonable price to me and I bought it. And now I have Autumn of Communion CDs. So that's pretty damn cool. Alright, so I can move these things back over. So not all the CDs that I bought this past year are stored over here. Some of them I ended up putting up here. For instance, this big pink behemoth here, Monolake's Archaeopteryx, the newest album from this guy, which I bought directly from the Bandcamp page again, and it's got 2 different CDs that have this, like the standard cover that's you probably see on the Bandcamp page, and they're like held in this cardboard slipcase. And this one apparently goes. It's a good thing that I did buy these this particular one directly off the page, because it apparently goes for a lot of money now. This thing is really expensive, so it's a good thing I got it ahead of time. I can also pull out this CD of BT's The Lost Art of Longing, since this is a thing that I have now. It's been weird following BT in the past couple of months as the NFT craze got out of hand, and he became like legit obsessed with NFTs. It's kind of sad. But I do still like the album, and I'll probably be supporting whatever he happens to put out next that is not freaking crypto related. Something else I can pull out. Here's a pretty different addition to the CD collection I have. Here we have Vale Smith's Are You Sick of Being Unlucky? Got a CD from a fellow reviewer, how about that? Yeah, it's got like, the CD itself looks like a vinyl record, even though it's not. And it is like totally black on both sides. I've never seen that before. Pretty interesting. The album's pretty damn good too, and you should check it out. It was an honorable mention for 2020. And speaking of some favorites of 2020, I can also pull out the new Avalanches album. I got that on CD now too. It's got this cool little star charts thing on the back that's pretty neat, and like every segment of this circle has like a track on it, and you can barely see it at all. But they're all there. They're all there. And something else that I can show off is that I slightly expanded out my collection of CDs from a guy called Gerald, since I did the series on him. I think I already showed off my CD of Black Secret Technology last year, or maybe a different year. I think it was last year. Did I have that one? Yeah, it was one of the last ones I got last year. I have my laptop down here so that I can keep track of which CDs I bought when. I got like the Discogs page open because that's where I track what CDs I have and don't have and stuff. But I got a few more CDs by a guy called Gerald. I also got Hot Lemonade. I got... Oh gosh. I got Essence, and I also got Proto Acid, the Berlin Sessions, since I thought that one was really good when I came back to it for my review. That's another one where I can feel the inside is kind of moving around. Not a great sign. I also tried to get a CD of his album 28 Gun Bad Boy, but those were, first of all, crazy expensive. They were going for like $80 or something. And on top of that, though the cheapest one I could find flat out told me that they would not they refused to ship anything to the US because of like tax reasons and stuff. Though that's a pretty good album too, I guess. I don't know if it's worth that amount of trouble to get a physical copy though. So going back to stuff that's over here, I can pull out this CD of Oval's 94 Discount, which I believe marks the last album that was on my 2016 favorites of all time list that I did not yet have a CD of, and that had a CD release. So stuff like Michael Menart's Even If It Isn't Right, or Break Science, Seven Bridges that were like digital only. I obviously don't have a CD of. But this is the last one in which a CD exists that I got a CD of. Yeah, this is a classic Glitch album. It's got pretty cool packaging. And speaking of Michael Menart, I got some CDs from that guy too. I now have a CD version of Space Jazz and a CD version of From the Sea, by Michael Menart and the Pretty Fantastics, my favorite album of 2018. I have already shown off that I had a vinyl copy of Space Jazz way up there. But since I don't have a turntable, I don't really have much use for that, aside from it being like just cool to look at on my shelf. If I want something to actually listen to the album on, then I much prefer CDs for that. Well, actually, I do most of my actual music listening on my iPod Classic here. It's where like 99% of my music listening is. I don't put on CDs that often, but I love collecting CDs, obviously, and it's great to have that extra like format to do it in. Like some of them have weird tricks, like the morning sci-fi one, hybrid morning sci-fi one, which I obviously bought this one several years ago, but I just thought I might bring that one up because I can play it on here, and when the first track starts, I can hit rewind and then go back and play the track. What is it? Lights Come Down, Knives Come Out. There's like a hidden track that you can only get to by rewinding, and that's the only. It and their other album, I Choose Noise, are the only two albums that I know of that can do that. Anyway, going back to CDs that I actually bought this year. After reviewing that last Mouse on Mars album, I decided to get a few CDs from them. So I got 3 of them now. My 3 what I think are my 3 favorites. I got Auto Attacker. That was from '97, I think. Does it say on here? Not another one. Yeah, the jewel case. You're actually supposed to stay in the jewel cases. Alright. I got one of Ideology. I think this one was my favorite. Yeah, this one from 2001. That one actually says it. The year. I'm sure the booklet of the Auto Attacker one had it. I just didn't bother to look. And of course, Radical Connector as well. That one was a lot more fun to listen to than I had remembered it back when I reviewed Dimensional People several years ago. When I revisited this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this entire thing is good. And it's got one of their best album covers. So I can put those back. I also got this CD from Madion Adventure. That's probably a long time coming. I never had a CD of that one before, despite it being like a favorite of the decade and stuff. This is some pretty cool packaging. I never even looked at this that closely. A lot of pixels. I also got a CD from Roixop, Melody AM. The jewel case on this one is totally screwed, as you can see. I reviewed that one like years ago, like in 2016. But that album still holds up. Nice little low-key synth pop thing. Their other albums are nice too, but this is like very clearly their best one. Maybe I can get a CD of Junior sometime. That's their other good album. The Understanding is fine, and Senior is fine, and I haven't listened to The Inevitable End in several years, and I don't even remember that one very well. Maybe another time. I also got this CD of Fluke's Risotto, since this is a nice, really underrated big beat thing, founded by like a Pandora recommendation years ago, and this is oh wow, this is a really neat booklet. I haven't been looking through these booklets, but this one's nice and detailed and has a lot of different angles of what is that, a cake mixer. I also got a few CDs from the band Meat Beat Manifesto. So now I have Satyricon, and I have Subliminal Sandwich, and I have Impossible Star. This is the cardboard slipcase one, and wow, those are creepy pictures. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the Subliminal Sandwich one is interesting because I did kind of screw up when I bought this one because this is not the real cover. I had to print that out on computer paper because when I bought it, it did not come with a booklet, which I didn't read the description on Discogs that says, "Hey, this copy doesn't have a booklet." So that was very smart of me. Going on from there, I got these CDs over here, sticking out on the side. I got Paul Van Dyke's Reflections. Since now that I'm working on, now that I got through all the CDs in my 2016 favorites of all time list, now I'm working on the stuff of that big that 40 more addendum I did last year. So I can get a trance classic like this. Maybe there's some other Paul Van Dyke CDs I could get. I need to re-listen to some of his old albums. Also got this one from Klaus Schultz, Moondawn. Nice classic drone album, just the guy jamming out with his drums and synthesizers, and it's from 1975 and still holds up. It is 75, right? No, 76. Close enough. Oh, another one that I forgot to show off that's on this side of the shelf is this CD I got from Plaid, the Digging Remedy album. I just put that one on one day and I'm like, yeah, I think I could stand to have a CD of this one. I had the CDs of Not for Threes, Rest Proof Clockwork, and Double Figure for ages, but since this is my favorite of their newest albums from like the past decade or so, I figured, yeah, I may as well have a CD of this. It's pretty nice packaging and stuff. Still a really solid album, still very much holds up. It's had more longevity than any of the other Plaid albums. Like, it's much better than Scintillate and Ricci Prince, and it still beats out Polymer, though Polymer was pretty good too. And then I think the only ones left are this little cluster over here. So I can pick up this one. This is a CD that I haven't, this is an album that I've never actually talked about, but this is Trenta Mueller's The Last Resort. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's got that weird O symbol with a line through it, so yeah. And another jewel case that has the inside coming off. But yeah, this is a really nice, like, low-key IDM kind of thing that I was a big fan of, like, a few years ago. I think before I started this channel, I had, like, bought this one on iTunes or something, and I remember just absolutely loving the first track, Take Me Into Your Skin. And the rest of the album is still pretty good too, but for the first track was just, I listened to that one way more than the others. But yeah, this is a pretty solid album. It's worth giving a shot. And the rest of the albums are also from that Greatest of All Time list addendum that I did last year. I got Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise. Did take me a bit to find the version with the album cover that I'm used to. Oh gosh, there's a piece of bubble wrap in there, I didn't know that. What was that doing in there? I hope that doesn't change things. I got this CD of Tim Hecker's Harmony in Ultraviolet. Nice classic 2000s ambient thing with a lot of pictures of people on it. Soldiers, maybe? I could probably stand to get a couple more Tim Hecker CDs, maybe. Like, I could get Mirages or Love Streams, since I really love those albums too. And then I got the Cinematic Orchestra's Motion. The CD looks different because the title and artist are on the back, not the front. And the digital version I'm used to has it on the front, obviously. And this is another flimsy feeling jewel case. It's not that bad. At least the CD's not totally falling out here. Nice look at the booklets and those. Yeah. The track listing is in this little side thing. I've never seen that. I'm sure there's another CD in my collection here that does that. I just can't think of one off the top of my head. I've had CDs that like fit the track listing like in this little insert, so like the Metamatics ones do that. And I think Orbital's Middle of Nowhere does that. And the text is just like super tiny and barely readable at all, but it's there. And the last CD, the most recent addition to my CD collection, is this guy, Astral Projection Dancing Galaxy. And this one, I cut a bit close with this one because I just got this one like the other day, even though I bought it like 2 months ago. And I got worried about that one since I thought it had just been stuck in this processing facility for like over 2 months or something. And then like I hit up the USPS and like filed a report for it and everything, and didn't hear back from them for ages, and was even right about to ask the guy I bought this from for a refund. And then the day after I asked them, the CD showed up. I'm like, okay, never mind, I got it. That was a little embarrassing, but yeah, that's my most recent CD. Great collection of Goa Trance for you there. Alright, one more thing that I completely forgot to show off earlier. I stopped recording and everything, and then, oh yeah, I forgot about these. I got a CD of my own latest album, Noontide Side Attic Drifter. Got that custom made and put together a crazy looking back cover to fit with the album. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is still like just a personal copy, though I have started to think about doing a limited CD run of maybe, I don't know, the Marble Jar album, because 2021 marks the 10-year anniversary of that album, and that's one of my personal favorites of my own albums. So I've been thinking about doing a CD run for that. This isn't a promise that it'll actually happen though, because I've never done a CD run before. I'm not sure how that'll work logistically and stuff. I'm thinking if I do it, it's probably going to be like a really limited edition of maybe 20 or so, because I can't imagine more than that amount of people are actually going to want to buy it. I know people would want to buy it, but I just don't think there's that many. So I could theoretically do like a limited edition CD run of one album, see if that goes well, if my estimates are correct, and if it like sells out really quick or something, then maybe at some point I could do CD runs for other albums, like 04 or 44 or 44 or Noontide Side Attic Drifter. I don't think I could do it for Spiral Out of Control, because that's a double album, and that need like I need to go on that other way more expensive website to like get those manufactured. But yeah, I suppose that's a thing that could happen. So yeah, that's the CD collection video. That's all the CDs I bought in the past 12 months. I guess we'll see what CDs I get in the next 12 months and where I end up putting them, because I'm gonna run out of space on the shelf here. Am I gonna have to start going down here, like move these folders out of the way? Or even move this CD player? No, I can't move the CD player. I gotta have the CD player there. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so thanks for sticking by me for 6 years now. Glad to have an audience this big. Yeah, I don't really know how to close videos like these. So I guess I'll leave it at that. That's all for today. See you next time.